Someone said, hey, gun to your head, you have to put $1 on Michael Chandler and hope he wins, I'm going to call my mom and tell her I love her because I'm cooked. Ilia Topuria, Khamzat Chimaev, Islam Makhachev. These are some fighters you can always bet on because you know they're going to get the dub and you're going to get a payday. Today, Sam and I are going to be discussing fighters who are pretty good, but you can't really bet on them because they're super inconsistent with how they fight. Sam, let's jump into it. So obviously today we're going to be discussing these fighters. Some names that we love. We love these guys, right? And it's tough to say. But who is a fighter you wouldn't bet on in the UFC?
Well, I don't like this guy that much because he kind of an attitude to him. But Kevin Holland, to me,
God.
He's a win one, lose one fighter. You got to admit. Come on, dude. One fight, he's like, damn, okay, he choked up Insta Luque out. Okay, I guess he got some submission skills.
Okay.
And then suddenly he loses to, like, Daniel Rodriguez. Tires out.
Two things. One, you said that a little zesty. You were like, damn. I just want you to know. Two, I feel you got something against the black people, man. I feel like this is another instance. Like, what's wrong with Kevin Holland, man?
He's just acts like whatever he does, his shit don't stink, basically. All right, he thinks like he doesn't need to improve. He needs a lot to improve, but he just thinks like, whatever. I'm just gonna go out and fight in 2 weeks, and I'll probably get better that way. And he loses.
I hear you, bro. Just be careful what you say, man. Have some respect, man. Okay, and I hear you, Kevin Holland. That's a good example. All jokes aside, he is very inconsistent. He fights a lot. I would say he's more consistent when it comes to losing.
All right, Kevin Holland's best friend. Who do you got as a fighter you wouldn't bet on?
Okay, I'm actually gonna go with somebody who's pretty good. He's entertaining, but he just never seems to be at the peak of being able to hold the belt and consistently win. It's gonna be Yair Rodriguez. Okay, and the reason I'm picking Yair, bro, he's pretty exciting. He has a fighting style that we all love. We saw what he did to Korean Zombie with 1 second left. We saw the fights he had, but you also remember the fights with Volk. And he just gets beat down. It's like, bro, he just has that little piece missing. It's like, bro, this is why I can't bet on you. This is why I don't think you're going to win these fights, is because you're so close, you're exciting, but he doesn't have what seems like all the pieces to win the belt. I'm sure he does, and he can get the belt one day. I wouldn't put my money on Yair just because he always seems to be 1 or 2 steps off.
You say he's going to get the belt one day? I don't think so.
It's possible,
He's
bro.
ducking Diego Lopez.
Okay.
All right, they could have had last year's Mexico card, right? It was in Houston, but whatever. They could have had him fight Diego Lopez. He was ready. He was like, wait, look, run that mouth. Let's go.
I don't know if he's ducking him. I don't know if he could win the belt 100%. I just think he has the tools necessary. He just seems to be 1 or 2 ticks off.
A fighter that I will never bet on, ever. Even though I like this guy. He's a BMF. He's
careful. Careful who you're going to say.
Dan Ige.
Oh, okay.
Dan Ige, dude. I like this guy.
Dan Ige?
I like Dan Ige. He's cool, right? But the
awesome.
man just loses to Pitbull, and then he beats other guys, like some alien-looking guy. I forgot his name is Woodson, right? Yeah. 6'3", as 145 is insane. Yeah. But I just can't trust this guy. I seriously can't. I like him. His fighting style is fun and exciting, but he loses to guys like Pitbull.
Okay, let's slow down. Pitbull is a legend in Bellator.
He's 37.
Throughout his career, he hasn't been somebody who's like super dominant. He kind of has that coin toss mentality where he wins one and he loses one. So I can see that, but he is a dog, and like you said, he's BMF. Didn't he fight like on 30 minutes notice?
Yes, against Diego Lopez, yes. Yeah. And that was some cool stuff. I respected him a lot. I was like, what a Chad, what a legend.
Somebody I would never bet on, and it hurts me because the first two rounds are typically always dominating, and then he just falls off. He gets tired or he forgets how to fight. It's Khalil Roundtree, bro. And we've talked about this in the past, guys. I freaking love his fighting style. He's a dog. He goes forward. I like his mentality. He's willing to put it all out there. But for whatever reason, the UFC scriptwriter said, all right, hey, it's round 3. Time to check out, buddy. And bro just folds like a lawn chair. Like, remember the fight against Yuri, against Chama. Like, he's having success early on, dude. We'll talk about the fight with Yuri. He's having success beating Yuri on the feet.
Yep.
Two rounds. Kind of,
like,
wow. Pretty convincingly. And then what happens? Bro just loses all remembrance of how to be a fighter. He just gets cooked. It's like, come on, Khalil. You are so close. I know I said this about Yair, how Yair is always close. No, Khalil is always close. He's always so close. Even if it's not to get the belt, to win the fight, he just falls off round 3. He has a cardio problem, I guess.
I think it is, yeah, because, I mean, he's also really huge for that division, too. I mean, he could honestly be a heavyweight, but he decides to be a light heavyweight, but some of those muscles just really drag him down. Yeah. And I think his fighting style, too, his Muay Thai fighting style, just very quick, Yeah. And it just, at some point, his gas tank's just cooked. All
right, who's a fighter you wouldn't bet on?
I'm sad to admit this, bro. Charles Oliveira.
Charles Oliveira? Charles Oliveira? Do Bronx?
But listen, since 2022, he's been a win one, lose one fighter. All right? Islam, okay? Benny, Armin, okay? Michael Chandler, Ilya, Gamrod, Max probably. Yeah. So he's just 1-1.
Yeah.
You can't 100% say he's gonna win anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I mean, you're right. He doesn't fall into that category of like the John Jones, the Ilya, the Khabib, who it's gonna be a lock. So I actually have to agree. As much as it pains me to agree with you first, and also say my boy Charles isn't a guaranteed lock. I mean, historically, he just isn't.
Listen, do you think he's gonna be Max? For sure.
Max didn't look great against DP, so I don't know what's gonna happen between him and Charles. I'm rooting for Charles, and I'm rooting for Max, but I think Max is gonna win because I want Max to win a little bit more.
Damn. All right. Well, who do you got, man? I'm depressed.
Somebody I think is very inconsistent with their fighting style, with their mentality as well. It's gonna be Sean Strickland, right? Now that sounds weird, right? Because he always has that iCarly stance from Jump Street, right? I'm not denying that, guys. I know he fights kind of boring, but sometimes he goes out there and he puts it on people, right? Like the fight against DDP, the first one, entertaining as shit. Like, oh my gosh, that was fun.
Yeah,
look at the second DDP fight, trash. Okay, let's go back when he fights Chama, gets absolutely murked, absolutely knocked out. Okay, then he fights Izzy and shits on Izzy. He's super inconsistent. Like, I don't know where I'd put him. Sometimes after watching him fight, I look at him, I'm like, okay, bro, that was terrible. How is this guy fighting for the belt again? And then I see what he does to certain people, and it's like, okay, he's clearly elite. I think you coincide his win one, lose one with his style, which is really boring. It's like, okay, yeah, that's why I had to put him on this list, bro. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Sean Strickland. Sometimes he says some dumb shit, but I like him sometimes because he's pretty funny. Nevertheless, he had to be on this list because I just can't count on him.
I mean, he put up a fucking massive performance against Paulo Costa. Not really. It was kind of a boring ass fight. This guy's a goofy goober, and this guy, I would not put any money on this guy.
Wait, but you don't bet because you're cheap.
Okay, hey, that's true. All right, but still, if I did, all right, it'd be Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker, Looney Tunes, bro. No, okay, let's hear your case about why you bet. I mean, I get it. Johnny Walker can't win multiple fights in a row to save his life.
Yes, but he beat up this guy recently that I was like, okay, he's gonna get starched by this guy, Zhang Ming Yang. He beat him, and I'm like, how? I would have put all my money on Zhang Ming Yang, and this dude beats him. How?
Yeah. Bro, that's the beauty of the UFC. You never know what's gonna happen. You have a guy who you think's gonna absolutely get starched, and he wins. So I get why you put Johnny Walker on there because he's one of the most inconsistent fighters there is.
Remember, he used to be a guy that would be like, what if he fights John Jones? Uh-oh. And it's like, damn, the fall off is insane.
Okay, this next guy, I would absolutely never put a penny on his name. And this is no disrespect. It's just this guy can't catch a win to save his life. Actually, what I will do, I'll bet anybody he fights because he seems to never catch a dub. Yeah. But he's one of the most exciting fighters at 155. See you at the top, Michael freaking Chandler. And I know, guys, this is kind of a Mickey Mouse entry. It's just Michael Chandler has that fighting style that makes him super entertaining. Every time he fights, it's like, okay, something good is going to happen. But usually that good is a result of him getting a bloody face and getting murked.
He just fights with like, just wants to go in and just fight. You know,
I like that, though.
He doesn't even think sometimes. And he kicks people in the crotch. He eye pokes. He freaking hits people in the back of the head. He's just not thinking sometimes when he fights.
But check this out. In the era of the UFC that we're at right now, where you have people like Islam, Ilya, who are super tactical, it's kind of fun to see somebody who's reckless, right? He's like a worse version of Charles Oliveira. Like, he's a dog. He'll be pretty reckless. Charles wins more often than he loses. Michael Chandler, he just can't catch a dub to save his life. If someone said, hey, gun to your head, you have to put $1 on Michael Chandler and hope he wins, I'm going to call my mom and tell her I love her because I'm cooked. This man, he's done. He's done.
For my last pick right here, all right, the guy that I would never put money on, okay? It'd be Cody Garbrandt, the Sorcerer King himself. All right.
He's a sorcerer. He's pretty cool.
I would never bet on this guy anymore because he used to be a champion, dude. He had the Ultra Instinct, you know.
Bro,
You know, he put it on it.
Nah.
And that now doesn't work anymore, you know. He lost to Figgy, which is fine. You know, losing to Figgy's not bad. But then he lost to Ronnie Barcelos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, dude, it's going down. He's not getting up.
Exactly, bro. When he beat Dominic Cruz like that, I was like, okay, this guy's next up. And then after that, bro, his career's just been so up and down. I'm not putting $1 on bro's name.
You actually go homeless.
So I'm actually putting somebody on this list who I wouldn't bet on, even though he's one of my favorite fighters outside the ring. It's going to be Marlon Cheeto Vera. So he's been pretty inconsistent as well. He's always kind of felt like he's been losing the fights even when he wins them. You look at Sean O'Malley, when he beat Dominic Cruz, I was actually at that fight in San Diego, and Cruz was putting it on him for like 3 rounds, and then he just catches him with a head kick, and it's like, damn. Well, he won. But after those 2 fights, he maybe has 1 or 2 wins outside of that, bro. He just consistently is like, he just can't catch a dub. I think he's getting older. His fighting style is a little bit more reckless. He doesn't have the best defense. And he doesn't have like super like lightning power. You know what I mean? Most of his wins seem to come from like grit and him being a dog. So if I'm putting $1 somewhere, it sure as hell isn't gonna be on.
You like him outside the ring? He makes a lot of excuses every time he loses.
Nah, I like Cheeto. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. His come up school where he moved his family. I don't know. I like that stuff.
You should look at interviews, man. You'll be like,
all right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for another one. Let us know if there's any fighters that we talked about that you think are absolutely blasphemous takes. If there's anybody that we missed, let us know down in the comments. That is Sam. My name is Angel. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.